Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This of course is another anime reaction video. Today we're getting into some more Banana Fish episode 7. Last episode was a pretty crazy episode. We got home for the family, we met them up. Things were rocky at the start, but relatively speaking, things turned out right. You know, relationship wise, we got to see some more nuanced dynamic between father, son, and stepmother. It was just overall interesting to see. You know, I still don't entirely forgive the father for being an asshole basically up front as soon as he showed up, even though it's been a long time. But I get it more now. It's not all black and white. I can't completely hate the old man. And the thing is he said, first of all, they were calling each other dad and son before leaving, and, you know, they were implying that they wanted to patch things up, and hopefully they would in the future, and they were like, don't die on me, like both of them, they were saying that to each other. I don't think it's going to be that happy of an ending. I don't think it's going to turn out the way anybody hopes for it to happen, unless there's people out there who saw that one scene in like episode 1 or 2, I think, where Ash was being forced to watch some of his old videos, you know, and they thought, you know what, yeah, and they were like fine with it, you know, they didn't like feel anything towards it at all, you know what I mean? But it's neither here nor there. At the end of the last episode, we finally made it to Los Angeles, so we're here to find out some more info, but as always, it'll never be that easy because Papadino sending some assassins our ways. So, and the thing is, I thought like a few episodes when they were planning to attack that one sushi or like fish restaurant that they were supposedly trafficking children at, you know, I assumed they were going to save that for the next episode after they planned it, but it all happened in the same episode. So, and thinking back to a different series, 91 Days that I watched, I thought they were going to spend a lot more time with the two of the characters just like on the run together from multiple different assassins. Maybe they're going to spend a few more episodes with like different encounters with assassins, or they're just going to like have one or like multiple in this episode and then go do something else in the following episodes. I don't know. But either way, I'm excited to get some more episodes of this series. So as always, links down in the description below to BitChute or Pixel Drain will take you to the full-length uncut reaction. So you can go ahead, follow one of those links, and come back to YouTube for the discussion. So without further ado, let's get started with episode 7 of Banana Fish. Okay, so moving kind of fast here, but this is a really good episode. I think the thing that I enjoyed the most about this episode is it's gotta be the scene with Eiji and Ash. Pretty much every scene with the interactions with each other are a lot of fun, but specifically in regards to the way it's just, and not only that scene when Ash is trying to play the bad guy to try and get Eiji to go back to Japan where it'll be safer, but like that small little detail of Ash saying he doesn't like people walking up behind him, but then almost immediately Eiji is able to do it without like spooking him even a little bit. It's just, it's little things like that that are really nice. You know, I'm sure it may or may not have happened occasionally and other times in various other episodes you just don't notice, and this is like one of the more obvious like bits where you like it draws your attention to like, hey, check this out. You know what I mean? But that scene where he's like, I'll tell him he's useless and then he should go back to Japan and we don't need him, he'll just be a burden. I just realized this microphone is farther away than it should be because I'm still talking. I haven't finished recording yet. But just the way he started saying, Eiji, you're useless, you're not gonna be able to help, you're just gonna slow us down in our quest. And he's like, yeah, you're right. You're probably right. I won't be able to help very much. I can't even protect myself. And almost immediately, Ash is like, "No, don't say that about yourself. You saved me and Skip. You remember? And you're so nice because you helped me without expecting anything in return. You're different from anyone else I ever met before." And then it's just like, oh, so you couldn't play the bad guy. You know, Ash is so ready and like so like he has such an easy time just like time to stir some shit up, you know. Basically every time, a lot of times we see him start with like new interactions with other people. He is so quick to just like start stirring the pot, you know, start stirring some shit up, you know, get the people to be like upset with him for some reason, you know, going to prison, talking shit about people, you know, going to see his parents again, talking shit with them instead of like you know, traditional like, hey dad, hey mom, it's been a while, you know. And even now, he's just like, and you know what? Maybe it's on purpose. Maybe it's like one of those defense mechanisms where he like purposefully tries to annoy people or get on their bad side. So at the very least, he's not at risk of getting close to people that want to use him and like have ulterior motives. Like he mentioned that most people that help him just want him for something like sex. So maybe that's his defense mechanism. Keep those shields up. Make it so that they can't be like happy about it or enjoy it, or like they're less willing to help him because in his experience most people just want something and that's the only reason they help, you know. But then with AG, he's willing to be like really nice to him, just like singing his praises, even though he's supposed to be trying to get him to safety because, you know, Ash cares about AG's safety at this point. And even though he was kind of backtracking on saying he would be a burden, and he's like, I can't convince him, and he's like, we're equal, you know. His Ash's words still hurt AG. See, he says he was being cold to AG, but not really. It wasn't super. It's whatever. You know, it's just one of those things. It's the thing that I love about the show the most. It's almost like that's like the core of the show. It's just like the relationship and like the dynamic between these two characters, and how, and something that's brought up by Ash multiple times is that they come from two different worlds. You know, it's really fascinating. You know how they do that. But yeah. Really excited to get to the next few episodes because we're going back to New York. At least that's the plan, is to go back to New York. So far, it doesn't look like anybody else knows that the Lee clan has betrayed us. They're working with Dino now. And, you know, I don't know how much it'll mean anything in the future, but the fact that Shorter was saying to Yue Ling, I think in the subtitles it says Y-U-T, but it sounds like they're pronouncing a Yue, like Y-U-E. And he said that his name meant moon, which I'm pretty sure means moon in Chinese. So I don't know why it's with the T. Besides, Yut Lung sounds weird. Yue Lung sounds better. So I think I'm going to go with that for now. Again, I don't know if it meant anything when Shorter was saying that to Yue, but he was saying that I thought you looked like AG, but maybe not. And then in that speech that Shorter gave in general, it was almost like he was second guessing himself. Yue was, and I don't know if it was on purpose. If the author was just trying to like, it's like this is like a dark reflection of AG if he truly falls down this sort of path and becomes more like Ash. And it's reminds me of Black Lagoon, where a similar thing is happening, where Rock is from, you know, normal world and Revy is from like this criminal world where you have to fight and kill and steal to survive. And over the course of the series, they sort of start like taking on traits of the other. You know, Rock becomes more cold and calculating and willing to do, you know, what are considered evil things, and, you know, Revy starts to become more considerate and occasionally kind, you know, starts to soften up, so to speak, you know. So I wonder if that's going to be something that happens in the future. You know, they made a point of showing that AG has a hard time using guns to defend himself, like when they were attacking the sushi restaurant. So I just wonder if he's going to have to if he's eventually going to learn how to use a gun, and then he's going to kill somebody and he's going to be really shocked, but eventually it's going to be like a scene where Ash is like shocked because AG is so quick to like pull a gun and start killing people, you know, start popping motherfuckers, so to speak. Truly, I don't know yet, obviously, because I haven't watched the rest of the show yet. But it's things like that that got me interested in watching more. If you watched all the way to this point, thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single upload in the future. Thank you once again for watching. Peace.